This attack is not for the weak of heart in Clash of Clans. What's going on, fellow Clashers? It is your host, Galadon. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We've got another episode coming to you from Night Mode Clash with an attack strategy, well, that some in Night Mode Clash say is one of the hardest attack strategies out there. Others say it's one of the best kept secrets out there. RIP, the secret part, anyway. So it involves using minions, archers, and barbarians. Is it the hardest attack out there? I don't really think so, but it does require a lot of patience, and it does help if you take the time to break down the base, to take a close look at things. In this case, Curtis and Flo from Night Mode Clash are kind of the renowned experts at this attack, and a lot of it involves taking advantage of a base design's layout. As you can see here, 2 of the 3 archer towers of this Builder Hall 6 are set to short range, shorter distance, and that is going to allow those minions to get a lot of work done. And then it comes down to this whole idea of using one type of troop to pick off a certain type building, and then that will open up that much more of the base to become unprotected. Now right here at the top right, you see the minions getting through those camps, doing a great job, and before you know it, Curtis has 1/3 of this base down with 1:20 left. So the other thing about this attack is that it is a little bit tedious. It can be time consuming. If you're on that boost, it's going to be frustrating. You're going to run through your boost really quickly. But also, you can get to the point where you just simply don't have enough time left on the clock to complete one of these attacks, and we're going to see that with a unit or 2 being left at the end of some of these replays. As you can see, Curtis has less than a minute left. He's got some of every unit left. He's getting that path. It's all about, again, we've talked about this time and time again in previous episodes. It's all about clearing that pathway to the Builder Hall. And ideally, in an ideal scenario, you would get the Crusher out of the way. Now here, Curtis is going to use what we've also covered in a previous episode, perfect barbarian timing. That is PBT, people. Here it comes. 2, and then the rest. And watch the Crusher. Down once, but not down again. So close. That is some PBT right there. Perfect barbarian timing. Curtis grabbing the 2nd star with the Builder Hall with all of those enraged barbarians. Easily, well, maybe not that easily. He did make it look pretty easy though. And Curtis picking up a solid 65% 2-star and running out of time with 1 minion left. So a solid attack, but again, not ideal. You really want to try to get that Crusher out of the way first before you send in your final group of attacking units. Usually in this style of attack, it's going to be the Barbarians and the Battle Machine. Now, a lot of people are calling this Minarch Barb because there's no fancier name. I guess we're going with Minarch Barb. I'm sure somebody will come up with something like Shattered, Rushed, Bleeding, Obnoxious Barbarian. Anyway, yeah. So let's just go with Minarch Barb for now. And another key right here is getting these guard hut units out early. You've got to get them out of there. Now, that didn't work out so well for the Barbarian, but finally Flo will get that last archer down. The archer's more dangerous than the Barbarians, but either unit is going to cause problems for your battle machine. There you saw maybe a defective push trap did not manage to push the archer, but she is sneaky. Okay, so again, Flo working his way. He's trying to get into that key Crusher. He's got 11 archers with which to do it. Trying to get this last stinking guard hut barb out of the way. Finally gets it done. And this archer going to get in there. Also, notice how Flo doesn't necessarily send in 2 archers at once to what could be new territory, meaning an area that could have a big mine or a spring trap. Ideally, you're going to lose just 1 unit to those, not 2 or 3. So Flo being very careful, working that pathway in towards the Crusher, and you can tell right here, as soon as the clock tower goes down, the Crusher is going to be exposed. Now normally, 3 archers are enough to take a Crusher down, but you have to account for travel time right here. They're going to use up a lot of their cloak on their way in, so Flo uses 5. Now, this is going to allow the archers to have enough DPS to get the Crusher down, but watch for the roaster. Almost prevents them from getting the job done. In comes the battle machine from the right, and Here come the archers. Love this deployment of archers right here. Watch the archers. Seems like they're going to be wasted, but the battle machine and the barbs move in. The archers never get targeted by the roaster. They're going to help out with that DPS. Roaster goes down. Battle machine and the barbs get the builder hall for the 2nd star. And right there, my personal favorite part of that entire attack was those last 3 archers. A lot of players might just spam those units hoping to grab an extra building. Flow, obviously, with a great plan right there, dropped those archers strategically, and they were protected as the battle machine moved in and tanked for them. Alright, let's move on and see if the world's biggest noob can actually get this attack to work. Now, it does work a little bit better on these open base designs where you have these pathways already created. You don't have to get through any walls, obviously. So I've got 2 camps of archers, 1 camp of barbarians, and 1 camp of minions. And we're going to try to move in from the left-hand side and get that left-hand crusher out of the way. Now, my drops of the minions, not ideal. If you take a look at the way this base is set up, at the very top of your screen, 1 solitary minion could probably get 3 structures down towards the left or the right. So where I used 4 or 5 minions, you probably could have gotten away with just dropping 2 right there and have gotten the same amount of structures down. So maybe I was a little bit rushed right there, I'm not sure. In any case, here we are. We've got 21% of the buildings down, and we're going to focus now on this left-hand side. Again, trying to get those guard hut units out of the way, trying to work our way in here slowly but surely. Every single minion is gone now, so there's no minions left to deal with the guard hut units or anything else on the left. So it's just a matter of getting that short-range archer tower, getting this double cannon out of the way. Those are going to be key, along with those defensive units that are pathing in the center, waiting for them to come out. Then we're going to try to get them out of the way with maybe a barbarian in here. That doesn't work out so well with a double cannon. So yeah, not real great on getting the guard hut units. There's still 3 of them in there. We did get the double cannon down, so now I figured this barb might distract, the archers might help out. It sort of works out. We get 1 barb down. We're going to get the 2nd barb out of the way, and that last archer, here comes some AI. Look at my archer, chase after her, then forget about her and decide to stand in front of the crusher. You're so smart, little archer. Love you. Okay, so finally the elixir storage goes down. We're looking good because we had 6 archers left, and hopefully, like I said, 3 is usually enough to get a crusher down. It's going to be close, though, because we've got to worry about those other defenses in the area and the archer tower, the mortar, and we don't quite get the job done. The archer really prevented that from happening, but last archer gets the crusher out of the way, and now we're feeling pretty good about this last push. 11 barbs, a pair of archers, and the battle machine. So the battle machine in on the left, the barbarians in at the bottom, going to use the battle machine to take the brunt from the roaster and the multi-mortar. Let the barbs get the job done down on the bottom right for percentage. Sure enough, there is the percentage. Here goes the battle machine with his ability on the builder hall, easily getting it for the 2nd star. And check out that percentage, you guys. Very solid, 71% right now. And in fact, we are going to have enough time to get to 74. 1 final archer is going to work on that elixir storage, and she will get it down. And as this attack wraps up, I have to take back what I said about it being maybe the hardest attack out there. I mean, if I can get a 74 2-star, and this, honestly, you guys, was the first time I attempted this, then maybe it's not as hard as I once thought. But I will tell you that it's one of those attacks that you can pick up and get maybe an easy base setup like I got, but you're not going to be able to just spam units in here and grab a win every time. It does require some measures of restraint and making sure that you're careful about working your way in. Now, Curtis earlier easily 2-starred a base with short archer towers, meaning 2 of the 3 archer towers were set to shorter range. Here, all 3 are set to longer range, but you'll see what Curtis is doing here is he's holding back on the minions, where he dropped more minions early in that first battle. Here he's going to wait on the minions, and you can see exactly why. On the left-hand side, as soon as that tall archer tower goes down, now the camp, the elixir storage next to it, all of these units, all of these structures rather, on the outside are vulnerable to minions. And he's going to use those minions to not only get those structures out of the way, but also work on the guard post units. Right there you see the archer going down. Did I call it a guard hut earlier? guard post, guard hut, you know what I'm talking about, CC, whatever you want to call it. There are those units in there, and he's got the archers out of the way. A minute 30 left, though. Only 7 archers, but as you could see in my attack replay, you know that Curtis right now is planning on getting into the Crusher with those final archers and getting the Crusher down before he sends in the barbs and the battle machine. So Curtis's first replay in this video was not an example of a flawless min barb arch or min arch barb or barb min arch, whatever you want to call it, but it was an example of skill and the ability to adjust on the fly to a situation that doesn't exactly go your way. Now this time, things are going much more smoothly for Curtis, and the archers are going to go down on the left-hand side. He brings in 4 of them to get the Crusher out of the way. And look at the solo barb at the bottom of your screen. I love this guy down here, all by his lonesome, working on that wall. And what he's doing is he's creating that second entry point for the units to come in for the final push. And you'll notice that final push, he's got an archer, 3 minions, and 12 barbarians left. The archer, again, coming in. You might think that she's going to be killed, but no! The battle machine grabs the attention of the multi-mortar while she's still cloaked. And although the long-distance archer tower does take her out, she did get about half of the damage on the multi-mortar. Barbarians moving in from 2 directions this time. The battle machine just barely getting into the builder hall before he goes down. But check out the giant group of barbs melting through that builder hall, finishing off the multi-mortar that the archer had started work on, and a very solid 65% 2-star with barbarians, minions, and archers. So, do you guys want to name this attack? Go ahead. Let me know down in the comments if you've got a better name for this attack. And if I use your name, then you will get a big old shout out and a pat on the back. Maybe in person. Thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you turn on those notifications so you get the earliest possible update and sneak peek information. Love every single one of you, Gala fam. And of course, I hope to see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks. You think they should... We're going to go... And I... If it... I can't talk!